Hello, good morning. We are currently live on YouTube, currently live in the Beat Floor Studio Facebook page, and we are going live in the Learn How to Make French Beaded Flowers Facebook group. Hello, welcome, good morning. Today it is May 30th, 2025, 10:01 a.m. here in the Midwest, USA. As you notice, we are in a different location. We are not in my studio. We are outside my house, and we are just going to be doing something a little bit different today. If you are live here with me, say hello. Let me know where you're watching from and what you're working on. What kind of projects are you working on? Let me know if you can hear me. I'm wearing it like I'm using a different mic. It's got this goofy thing on here to block out the wind because we are outside. So let me know if you can hear me okay, if you can see me okay. Just want to make sure all the technologies are working okay. If you are in the Learn How to Make French Beaded Flowers Facebook group, hit the like button, make a comment so I can activate the chat, because I don't get comments on the dashboard that I'm live in. I have to use a different device to look at it. And unless someone comments or does something, I don't see the comments. So if you can do me a favor, please like and comment in the Facebook group, the Learn How to Make French Beaded Flowers Facebook group. Okay, like I said, what? Oh no, stuff got knocked down. As you can see, we are outside, and I am doing a different type of potting today because, well, if you remember, we put this together a few sessions ago, and we are going to pot this permanently today. So hello, Yvonne, watching from Sweden, sorting beads. Ooh, not my favorite activity, but it has to be done. Okay, so we were cleaning the garage last week, and I found this resin epoxy. I also have this acrylic water that I have used. It's basically the same thing. It's resin. So we are going to permanently pot these in resin. Now I have done this. Okay, if my hair is in front of my mic or my shirt is in front of my mic. Okay, so I'm going to try to do this so my hair doesn't get in my mic and my mic is right here. Okay, that's better. I just want to be aware of that. Okay, just a second. Let me see. Let me check in the group, see how that's doing. Not seeing anything yet. Okay. So if you're in the group, if you commented, I am not seeing it yet. You, scoot on over to the Facebook page or also YouTube. So, okay. Hello, Teresa. Good morning. What are you working on? Okay, so I'm going to open this up because it says there's a glove in there. And so that's why I didn't bring a glove, because it says it has a glove. And I don't have scissors. I have this. Pliers. Open this up. Ooh. Usually with resin, there's like two-part epoxy. So it's got like these little medicine cups. I've had this for a while. Haven't used it. 40-minute work time. Usually there's two parts. You mix it together, and then that, I don't know what that does, but you mix the two together and then you pour it in. And I have things potted this way for at least 20 years. And so I'm confident in this method that it works. It also has these little syringes. I don't know why I would need syringes, but I have this pourable thing that I'm going to pour the resin in like so. All right. Teresa is working on roses. Nice. Okay. Okay. Yvonne says use a mask. I was thinking about that, but since I'm outside, and I don't have a mask with me, so not today. But it's quite windy, so I will not use that today. But usually, if I'm inside, I will wear a mask, and I have stopped using resin inside the house because it just stinks out the house, stinks it up. So no, no, not doing it in the house anymore. So not anymore. So let's see. But I have done this one without a mask. This one. Yes, headache. I got you. I knew what you meant. Okay, so I'm going to check the group one more time. So, okay, and my computer is very far from me today because we're outside. All right. There we go. But it looks like this is the same stuff as this, what I have here. I'm going to use this up. This has kind of yellowed, which is, I don't know. I don't remember if it yellowed or it was like that, if it came like that. But it still works. I've used old resin, the 2 parts, and they have been fine. There's gloves in here, so let's go ahead and take this out first. It looks like we have Maddie joining us. Hello. Let me know what you're working on, Maddie. Okay. I've got pebbles in here. Ooh, and a bunch of stuff. So no, bunch of stuff. So if you remember, this was something that we put together. These were cut to a certain length for a different pot. So this is kind of a Mod Podge of stems. I've extended the stem here, but now I'm going to cut a little bit. Okay, so now it fits. Let's put the rest of this random stuff in here. Okay, I'm going to hold this up. I don't want to set this down. I don't want to set it down and ruin my flowers. Okay. Maddie, did I ask you what you're working on? I don't remember if I did. So if I haven't, what are you working on? What project are you working on? So usually the last couple weeks, if it's nice outside, I've been beading outside, working on my computer outside. It's really nice. And I just don't want to be stuck inside today. I do not want to be stuck inside. Pour a little out. It's a process. Oh, it's unstable. Okay. I'm going to get something. I need an assistant. Okay, so I have this like really old rice that I have. So it's like one of the things I like to use. It was really old. Like things like this, I like to use. It's something that we don't use, and it's good potting material. I've saved it from like a long time ago. We realized we didn't like eating it. We're like, I can use it in my beading. Like something like rice. What I like is like when you put it in your vase or pot, you can just stick your stems in. But if you do something with stone, you can't just stick your stems in. You got to like do a lot of finagling with the stones or pebbles. So I just like to use what I have. Okay. So of course this adds weight as well. If we don't add anything on there, it's really unstable. We probably need to add some stones in there too for that stability. But hopefully this will work. Okay. I'm gonna add these little stones in there. Can you guys hear the birds? Because they're chirping away. Okay. No. I mean, it was stable. Maybe I need to add the stones back in. I have more stones in here. Take out that rice. Now I think it looks funky. All right. Awesome. You guys can hear the birds. Nice. I was listening to a podcast last year, and they said that according to the science, listen, if you hear birds, it just instantly makes you happier. The science says if you hear birds chirping, it just makes you happier. I don't know how true that is. Okay. Hello, April. Good morning. But I share that fact now all the time. But maybe it's true because the birds do make me happier. And I heard something just last week that when you hear birds, it means that it's peaceful times. Like there's that things are peaceful when the birds are singing. There's nothing major going on. I guess in your vicinity. I mean, things are going on, but not in this vicinity. In my neighborhood, it's calm. Okay. So it's staying, right? So yes, it's staying. Okay. Right. So I'm going to also put some materials in this pot, and then I'm going to resin it all at the same time. Okay, so if you are just joining me, I am going to permanently pot these two vases of flowers. So I think I need more stuff in here. This one, it doesn't really need that stability because it's stable enough, but I just want more stuff in there just to fill it up with random stuff so that I don't need to use as much resin. Okay, looks like we have Francine joining us. Hello. What are you working on, Francine? And what are you working on, April? And also, if you guys have any questions from my classes last month, drop the questions in the chat and I will help you the best that I can. So this is me doing stuff, but also I'm here. So if you have questions, let me know. I will answer them. Okay, I'm going to set these aside. Okay, hello. Looks like we've got Maria joining us. Hello, Maria. Maria says, I just bought a bead spinner from you. Excited to receive and start beading. I am going to finish processing your bead spinner right after this. It's almost done. We're just at the final stages. So I've got a few spinners to get out today after I do all of this. So okay. I have done a few videos on working with resin, and the last time I did it, it was winter and I did it in my studio, and Yvonne, I did wear a mask because I'm like, oh, it's so stinky. But now I don't do it inside the house. I'm not going to do it in winter. No, just no. Okay. All these just random things. I've got rice in here. I've got some random pearls. Just use things I'm not going to use can go in here. Okay. Will I use up this rice after? Oh, Yvonne, no, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Yes, that was a very helpful tip. Don't worry about it. Don't feel bad. I know you were being helpful. So, all right. So I think maybe just a little bit more. So that way we don't need a lot of resin. We stuff up the pot here, the vase, stuff it up. Okay, so this is Coreopsis, Lancefoot Coreopsis. Saw this on one of my walks a couple years ago. And the pattern is on my website at beadflora.com. If you are so inclined and want to make this, it's beautiful summer flower. This one is wild Coreopsis, but I think there are some domesticated ones. Okay. All right. Now we are ready. Moment of truth. Okay. Do I have half of each? I do. About half of each. This better be a glove. All right. It's a huge glove. Okay. That noise, it's garbage day. So that's our, it's garbage day. So picking up the garbage. Okay. That's gone. Okay, Ivan says, I love what you do so much. I saw a video on YouTube from you a month ago, and then you got me hooked on French beading. I'm so grateful for all your videos. Awesome. I love to hear that. I love getting people hooked. I love it. Oh no, this is stuck. Oh no. Oh no, I got it. Okay. All right. I've got technical difficulties all the time, so bear with me. Bear with me. So, Ivan, what flowers have you made so far? And I hope I'm saying your name correctly, because I know in different parts of the world you pronounce names differently. So let me know if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. I would love to get your name right. Ugh. Okay, so this is exactly half. I don't remember the instructions. How long do I stir? It doesn't say. Okay. Mix slowly. Mixing rapidly creates bubbles. Okay. All right. Okay. I wonder, I don't remember if one of the parts was like a darker color, because if it's supposed to be clear water, it's a bit dark. Not that it matters to me at this point, because it'll be in, like, my vase is not clear. But if that matters to you, then you would want your resin to be completely clear and not like pea colored. All right, so I'm going to put this here. April wants to know if don't take my wedding ring off. No, I keep my ring on. It's like a simple band. I've stopped wearing my engagement ring because I'd rather not wear it like when I'm making videos and stuff. So I stopped wearing it. So right now it's just a simple band. So it doesn't really bother or it doesn't get in the way. I think that should be good. Okay. All right. Pour. So I'm pouring and then letting the resin like fall down to the bottom. It's a slow process. It's right windy today. All right. Okay, seeping down. So Yvonne says, I've done leaves and now I want to do some lilies. It's a struggle to learn which wire to which bead size. Well, it's not really which wire to which bead size. It's, well, okay, as far as bead sizes, beads we use normally are size 11 seed beads, which is like 2 millimeter beads. That's the standard bead size that we use. I mean, we go smaller. We don't really go bigger than the 2 millimeter beads or size 11s. But that's the standard bead. And as far as wires, we use different gauges of wire, not for the bead size, but based on the size of the unit that you're making. So we will still use the size 11 seed beads, but change it to a different wire depending on the unit. So for example, I mean, I use 24 gauge wire for this smaller flower, but you could use 26. Did I use 26 gauge? I think I used 24, but you can use a smaller, like a 26 gauge wire for a smaller flower, which is still 20, which is still size 11s. But you would use, for a bigger unit, you would use a different gauge of wire. So if I'm making a really big leaf, I'll still use 24 gauge. I mean, I'll still use size 11 seed beads, which is the standard. But then I may use like a 24 or 22 gauge wire if the leaf is really, really big. It depends on the stability you need for that unit. But most of the time, if you're making like a standard size lily for the flowers, I would use 24 gauge wire, just off the top of my head, thinking about lilies. And the leaves, maybe 24, depending if it's like really long, maybe 22 if you need the stability. But generally, if you're looking to buy beads and wire, can't go wrong with stocking up on, 24 gauge wire. And then some 26 gauge wire for smaller units. And of course, just get some 28 gauge for some really fine work, like maybe the center of a flower, like a stamen. You may need a smaller gauge wire for that. And then get some 30 gauge wire for reinforcing and assembly. So, but most of the time we use 24. But we do use all gauges. We use all gauges. Okay. All right, I'm just pouring it in. I'm waiting for the resin to go down. While I'm waiting for this to kind of settle, I will pour the resin on this one. So that works out that I have two. Works out that I have two projects going on. So then while I'm waiting for that one, I'm pouring on this one. Okay. All right, you're very welcome, Ivan. Okay. You know what I didn't get? I didn't get towels. I didn't bring towels. What can I do? What can I do? So my ultimate goal is to permanently pot all of my arrangements. So I will be doing this to all of my arrangements when I get a chance, right? When I get a chance, I will do this for all. And when I did my, when I put together the spring bouquet, the tulips and daffodil bouquet, I wanted to floss the forsythia flowers, but you know what? I don't think I will do that. I will not. I may maybe paint the stems or something because I don't want to take it apart and I don't want to floss anymore. So yes, this video will be saved. Just remember the date. It is, you can find all of my past live videos under the live section of my YouTube channel. So it will be all there. Just remember which day it's from. Okay, so we're going to let this one settle and set this aside and take a look at how this one is doing. I know my memory is awful, awful. That's why I'm drinking my mushroom coffee, because it's supposed to help with cognitive health, especially lion's mane mushroom. I've been, when I remember, right? When I remember, I will drink, I will take it. But that's why, I mean, I have a tincture with lion's mane, but it's so hard to remember. But so that's why I got the coffee. If I have the coffee, then I'm doing the coffee. So that's what I'm drinking. But I feel you on the memory of a goldfish thing. Memory is not what it used to be. Not what it used to be. I think part of it is because life is so overwhelming. Like there's just so much to do, so much to remember. And we got to eat every day, right? Got to cook every day, figure out what we're going to eat. What a pain. Okay, more. Okay, I'm going to come back to this side. Got like a nice spot here that I can pour the resin. So I better like this now. I mean, it's permanent. It's going to be permanent. I can't take it out anymore. So one of the reasons why I don't, well, I, the reason why I want to pot these permanently is because, well, I mean, obviously I want it to be potted permanently, and when it knocks down, it like just gets all over the place. When it knocks down, when it gets knocked over, I don't want to have to clean up all the pebbles and the things that's in the vase. I just wanted to be able to pick it up and fix the flowers and have it be done. But when we have all this stuffing material in there, we got your pebbles and we got our rice and all those things. And if we don't pot it permanently, it gets knocked over and things just spill everywhere. And I don't want that. So that is the compromise that we need to make. Like, you need to figure out for yourself, what is your compromise? Do you want to have the ability to use your vase again, if you want to take it apart for other things, or do you want to make it permanent? I kind of didn't want this to be permanent in a way because I kind of want to make a prairie, like a whole prairie scene of with these flowers as part of the scene. But I think I'm not going to wait. I'm just going to pot it. And if I want to make some more in the future, I'll make some more in the future. But right now, for my mental health, I am going to pot this. I am going to pot this. Like so. And because there's so much stuff in here, I didn't even need to use my new resin. I like, there's still a lot left. I still have a lot left. And is the other one still seeping in? Maybe. Okay. Okay. I'm just going to slowly pour in. And another reason why I want to pot it permanently is, I'm just going to put it out there into the world, is eventually one day I would like to have an exhibition with my flowers. And I kind of don't think I could do that if all my flowers are not potted permanently, right? So I don't want people to have the ability to take my things apart. Okay. Just when I think that this one has enough, just when I think there's enough resin in here, it trickles down, it down to the vase, and then I need to add some more. Okay. All right. April says, my latest compromise is pebbles at the bottom and then some non-hardening clay. Okay. That works. And that you can still take it apart. Okay, so Yvonne wants to know, have you done some resin with French beaded flowers in the flower hose shape? No, I have not done that. So if you do experiment, I'm sure you can experiment. Maybe do like a little simple flower. I may try that. Do a simple little something and see how it goes. I have so many things too. I have so many flowers lying around. I can just do that. I can do that. All right, I'll report back to you, see how it goes. Maybe I'll do it next time. Okay. Yeah, I would be interested to see how that turns out. My only concern is as the resin ages, it does yellow. So it doesn't stay, well, I guess depending on, okay, so the resin I've used 20 years ago, it kind of yellowed. So like the top. So if it's in like an opaque vase, if it's not a clear vase, it's no big deal. But I think if you want it to be part of your, design, you may need resin that stays clear. Okay. Yeah, and it keeps settling. It keeps settling. Let's see how this is doing. Okay, Yvonne says, my kind of resin doesn't yellow. That's nice. But, well, I guess the one that I used was 20 years ago. So maybe, and I don't do these resin potting too often. I do it once every few years for a project. I normally use clay, or I use pebbles or something like that. I don't normally pot things permanently that often, so I don't do this method that often. So maybe the products have changed. So maybe. Okay. But this one is yellow. So I don't know. It's like if it. I don't. I really don't remember. I really don't remember if it was like this or if it yellowed in time. So I don't recall. Okay, is this settling? Yes, I love to experiment too. All sorts of things. Okay. Okay. Hang on, you guys. One moment. All right. Okay, so Yvonne uses the Dipin epoxy resin. Okay. I'll, I'll try to keep that. I'll try to remember that, but I may not remember that. you know. Okay, I'm going to use the rest on this. I think that should be enough. I'm surprised that this little bit of resin was able to pot 2 vases. Uh, oh! Woo. Okay, it's okay. What was that? Okay, hang on. I don't want to touch my flowers with my gloves. Stay. Okay, I think I'll leave that there. I'm going to leave these to dry and call it a day. I don't want to. Oh, maybe that's what those thingies. I'll use those thingies. It came with these. Or that. Instead of pouring, I'll use this instead. I just don't want to waste it. And I forgot what I was talking about. Before my things fell. I don't remember. So yeah, we're in good company. Just a bunch of forgetful people. See, that's what I mean when I say about things falling. Because when it's in a vase and it's got all these pebbles and things and it falls over, then it just falls over and you got to clean up. And it's kind of, I like April's method too, with the pebbles on the bottom and then also non-hardening clay on the top. But with the vase, that's not a viable option for a vase like this. Okay, I'm gonna call it a day. I'm gonna call this a day. Okay, get rid of these glass. Okay, and I'm just gonna let this cure for like, I don't know, just whenever. Just let it dry. Okay, now I don't want to touch this. It's all sticky. Hi. And I took off my glove. I mean, I really don't want to use my glove and touch it either. So maybe I'll just leave it here for a bit. Okay. And I'll leave this here I'll leave my other flowers there for now. So that is that. Okay. I'm not moving it. The flowers will be in my face. And that's just how it is. And there's the garbage can driving by again. So okay, looks like I missed all of your comments from the Facebook group. Looks like we've got Patty joining us from New Hampshire. Hello. Juliana. Hello. Good morning. And Louise. Hello. Okay, so I'm just wasn't getting notifications from the group. I'm sorry, I missed I'm glad I checked before I signed off. So thank you, Juliana. Okay. All right. So I think that's it for today. that's it. I don't want to move. I don't want to move this. I don't want to. All right, that's it for today. And I will be back next week, Friday, for another chaotic live stream where we beat and chat or beating adjacent things. So it might rain later, it says, but so far it's just windy and not rainy. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining me today, and I will see you next week. Bye.